All right, today we're diving into something you've probably never even thought about: the world's first hospital just for camels. And look, this isn't just some quirky believe it or not story. Nope, this is a fascinating look into a super high stakes industry, one that's dealing with some really modern and very expensive growing pains. So to really get a handle on just how big this industry is, you've got to start with the patients themselves. Get this, $2.7 million. That's what the Crown Prince of Dubai paid for one prize-winning racing camel. Yeah, we're not talking about farm animals here. These are luxury assets, plain and simple. So that begs the question, right? It's literally the multi-million-dollar question. When your patient is worth more than a supercar, your average vet's office, well, it's just not going to cut it. You need something way, way more. And that's what brings us to our first point here. See, in a place like Dubai, a hospital just for camels isn't some kind of weird gimmick. It is an absolute necessity, and it's all because of this booming, super modern industry that's built up around them. You know, the role of the camel today has just exploded way beyond the traditional view. We're talking about elite racing, where the prize money at a single festival can top 40 million bucks. We're talking about a camel dairy industry that's on track to be worth over $660 million. And of course, you can't forget their huge part in tourism and cultural heritage. I mean, camels are a massive economic engine over there. The hospital's director, Mohammed Al-Blushi, he really nailed it. He said the Dubai Camel Hospital, they call it the DCH, was built back in 2017 specifically to serve this high-stakes, flourishing industry. So it makes you wonder, right? What in the world does a hospital built for multi-million-dollar patients actually look like? Oh, and let me tell you what a place it is. The amount of money poured into this facility is just staggering. It really shows you just how seriously they take this market. Okay, get ready for this number. The hospital cost almost 11 million US dollars to build. So yeah, this was not some small little project. This was a major state-of-the-art infrastructure investment right from the get-go. And you can really see where all that cash went. The DCH has two, super advanced operating theaters. It even has a VIP room. A VIP room. So the owners can literally watch their prize camel's surgery in high def. And the equipment, it's all custom made, all imported. They have things like a 5-meter-long endoscope, specifically designed to navigate a camel's super long neck. It's truly luxury care for a luxury asset. And, as you'd expect, the prices reflect that investment. A simple consultation might set you back about $500, but a complicated surgery with a long stay, that bill can easily top $20,000. So yeah, it's a serious business, but now it's facing some pretty serious problems. And that brings us to the real heart of the issue here. The hospital is, by all accounts, a huge success. But in a way, it's become a victim of its own uniqueness. Now they've got to figure out how to get even bigger, and they're up against 3 pretty big hurdles. This is the big strategic question the hospital's leadership is wrestling with. I mean, think about it. When you're literally one of a kind, with no competitors and no roadmap to follow, what's your next move? Where do you even begin? Well, their challenges really boil down to 3 main things. Number 1, finding staff, vets and nurses who are actually experts on camels. Number 2, getting their hands on all that custom-made medical gear. And number 3, reaching new patients, getting camels in the door from outside their immediate area. And let me tell you, each one of these is a total logistical nightmare. For staffing, you're talking about a global hunt for super rare talent. For equipment, you're dealing with these slow, complicated international supply chains. But the big one is this: you just can't ask someone to ship their sick, multi-million-dollar animal hundreds of miles to get treated. It's just not practical. Okay, so with those problems laid out on the table, the hospital is now looking at a few different strategies for how to keep growing. So option 1 is a classic business move, really. It's all about creating new services for the customers you already have. The thinking goes, if the patients can't come to us, maybe we can go to them. And the answer seems to be, yeah, maybe they can. The big idea here is to set up mobile vet clinics. Imagine these custom vans providing on-site care right at the racetracks or offering checkups at the huge camel markets. It's a way to bring the hospital's brand and expertise directly to where the camels are. All right, option 2 flips the script a little. The question becomes, if you've kind of hit a ceiling with how many camels you can treat, what about treating other animals? This is what you'd call a diversification strategy.
And what that could look like is using all their know-how with large, valuable animals to help out other species from the area, like the Arabian sand gazelle, for instance. It's a smart way to get more patients in the door without having to build a whole new hospital from scratch.
Now, the third option is maybe the most 21st century solution of them all. Could technology be the answer to that problem of physical distance? And this is where something called veterinary telehealth comes in. Basically, it's using digital tools so that vets can talk to owners, give advice, and figure out how serious a case is, all remotely. For the DCH, this could completely erase their geographic problem, letting them consult with camel owners literally anywhere in the world.
And check this out. The potential for this is huge. The global vet telehealth market was already worth almost $120 million back in 2021, and it's projected to grow by more than 17% every single year. So this isn't some tiny little idea. It's a massive, fast-growing global market that the DCH is in a perfect spot to jump into.
So that's where they're at. This is the big dilemma. Do they specialize even more, doubling down on what makes them unique and finding new ways to help the camel industry? Or do they diversify, using their amazing facility to tap into totally new markets? It's really a question of focus versus scale, and whichever path they choose, it's going to define the future of this truly one-of-a-kind hospital.